This morning, I'd like to start by giving our neck joints some love. So oftentimes the neck gets kind of neglected, and there's a saying in my business that the neck really rules the movement road. So when your neck is moving well and it's strong, then it tends to help out the lower spine and other joints. So it's a really good place to start. So I thought what we would do is start off by just working on some of the muscles, key muscles in the front of the neck, and just rubbing them, just communicating with them to try to reduce some tension. So I'm going to just start here with a few fingers, and I'm going to find that bone right behind your ear. So just side bend your head and then find the bone right behind your ear and just see if you can follow that muscle down to your collarbone. So this muscle is what we call the flexor. It's like the hip flexor of the neck. It's a big, big muscle that functions very much like the hip flexor. And you can see the skin is turning red because I'm pressing, with about medium pressure just to kind of release some of the tension in this muscle here. Let's do just a couple more passes on that muscle, just going from behind that ear where that knobby bone is down to your collarbone. And then let's switch to the other side. So since we all spend a lot of time looking down to do different things in the kitchen or on a device or whatever else, these muscles in the front tend to get tight. So it's good just to give them some work on mobility also. And if you're not sure if you're in the right spot, it's okay. Just so the rule of thumb is sort of search and destroy. So feel like, is there a tender spot in the muscle? Just put your fingers on it and just kind of rub it. I'm doing it slow, but you can also rub it a little faster. And now we're just going to look down, bring our chin to our chest, and then we're going to look up. So I want you just to look down and look up a few times and just see if you can notice where you feel tension. Do you feel it in the front? Do you feel it in the back? Do you have any pain? And just take a note of it. And let's see if it changes as we go along. Let's go down and up a couple more times. So when I'm looking up, I feel tension in the front because the front of my neck is tighter. So that tells me, okay, I need to stretch out the tissues in the front of the neck more. But we're going to go to the back of the head. So I'm going to just clip my hair here, and I'm going to turn around. And the very first joint at the top of the spine, it's called our OA joint. And what I want you to do is see if you can find the bones that are kind of at the bottom of your skull here. So you find those like knobby bones, and then I want you just to try to go right below those bones, and with your fingers, just pull the skin out to the side. So start in the middle with the fingers, and then just kind of pull the skin out to the side. And this is a way that you can kind of release your own muscles. So I'm just fingers to the middle and then kind of pulling out to the side, right at the base of my skull there. If you're not sure, kind of tip your head back and feel for those two bones, and then go right below. And let's just glide that skin and the fascia from the muscles to get a little bit of mobility here in this area. This area commonly gets really, really tight and can lead to tension headaches, can cause things like double vision and different problems with the eyes. Let's just do a couple more here. And then we're going to go back to doing, let's go, so now we're just going to do an upper trap stretch. So traditional upper trap stretch, I'm putting my left hand behind my back, right arm reaches behind my head, and then I'm just kind of gently pulling over to the side. You want to try to drop that left shoulder down, and let's just take some nice deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. And you don't have to pull on your head hard. Gravity is working also, so just give some light pressure there. Push that left shoulder down to stretch the bottom of the muscle. So if you're actively trying to push that left shoulder down, you'll get a little bit more of a stretch. Let's hold it. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's change sides. So now we go to the other side. And we're just right hand behind the back, left hand on top of the head, gently side bend to your left. And press that right shoulder down and take some nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Push that right shoulder down to the floor to get a little bit more stretch. And let's just hold it for 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to go back to the other side. We're going to set up the same way, but we're going to change the angle. So now I just want you to kind of pull your head forward towards your right knee. So down towards the right knee to get a stretch that goes down the back of your neck and into your shoulder, top of your shoulder blade. Take some nice deep breaths. You can bring your elbow of the right hand in front, so you're kind of looking at it and just gently pulling that head down towards that right knee. And we'll hold it 5 more seconds here. And then change sides. So left hand behind your back. Right hand behind your back, left hand behind your head, and now just pull at a diagonal towards your left knee. Take some nice deep breaths in through the nose. Let's hold it 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back to center. And let's just look up and look down, trying to bring your chin to your chest, face to the sky. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. And now let's just rotate our head right and left. So we're just going to turn and look as far to the right and as far to the left. And let's just keep everything really relaxed. So don't try to force your head to go as far as it can. Just turn your head with everything super relaxed. Just go as far as you can go each direction. And then after a couple more turns, we're going to add more tension. So now when you turn your head, now try to go farther and actively use the muscle to turn. Turn, turn, turn as far as you can to the left and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn as far as you can to the right with tension. Try to go as far as you can and let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 1 more on each side. So turn left and really try to turn as hard as you can. And let's hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's turn to the right and hold it. Relax the shoulders down if they're coming up and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And now just kind of shake out your head like you're a bobblehead doll. So we call this the bobblehead exercise. Just loosen everything and just move your head like you're one of those bobblehead dolls. Okay, and then relax. You might feel a little bit dizzy. And we're going to bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And then I want you just to push them down fast. So let's bring the shoulders all the way up and then push them down fast. Let's do 2 more. Bring them all the way up and then down fast and up to the ears and down fast. Okay, now we're going to communicate with the pec muscles. Our pecs tend to get really, really tight when we're bent over, we're looking down and we're doing stuff. Everything closes up in here and gets tight. So we're going to start off by just rubbing. I've got my right hand. I'm going to go to the left pec. The pec is a big, big muscle that covers this whole quarter. So I want you to search and destroy. So try and find some spots just using your fingers. Just kind of rub across the chest. You can also use a ball if you have one. When we do these from time to time in class, it's good to have a ball around, tennis ball, lacrosse ball. Because the ball is round, it kind of gets in here and locates those tender spots a little bit better. The sternum is a good area to rub with the fingers. So right along the sternum connects to the ribs, and that's an area that definitely gets tight on a lot of us. Let's switch sides and do the other side, either with a ball if you have one, or just your hands. They're totally fine. You use your fingers. Each week, you will start to get a better sense of where tender spots are in your body, because you'll be looking for them and your fingertips will start to tell you better than they do in the beginning. So if right now you feel like, I don't know, it just feels weird, or I don't feel anything, don't worry. Okay, now let's stretch out your pecs a little bit and get the shoulders moving. So we're going to start by just raising the arms all the way up And then pretend like you're holding a stick and pull that stick down behind you. And we're just gonna go up. So you try to reach your hands behind your head as far as you can, and then pull that stick down, that imaginary stick. And let's just do 10 of these here. So we're creating some tension to stretch out the front of the shoulders. So be careful that you're not arching your back too much to do this. You don't want to try to get that stick behind your head by arching. So let's just reach up and then pull that stick behind, and the elbows come into the side, up. So you're tensing the muscles in your shoulder blades in the back, pulling down. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then just relax, shake out the arms, do that bobblehead with your head in case you were tensing your neck muscles there. And now we're gonna go on to our bellies. And we're gonna continue stretching out our chest. So we're gonna stretch with a stretch called the armbar stretch. So I'm on my belly, I'm gonna spread my legs out to the side, and I want you to put your left arm out to the side and pin that left shoulder down into the floor. Your right hand, the elbow is going to be bent, and it's going to be used to push. So just watch me first. I'm going to push through the right hand. I'm going to turn my head to the right and try to look up to the sky and stretch out the front of the arm. We're going to hold it here 10 seconds. And then we're actually going to switch sides and go from one side to the other side several times. So let's start together with the left arm out. Press that left shoulder down. Push through the right hand. Look up to the sky and hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll change sides. Find a spot that's comfortable for your arm. So the higher you bring your arm, so the right arm is out to the side right now, the higher you bring that up, the more of a stretch you're going to get. So maybe start a little bit lower in the beginning and then work your fingertips up. You want to try to keep the hips down and not let them come up. So let's switch and do left arm out to the side, right arm's looking up to the, or right, your head is turned, looking up to the sky, your right hand is pushing down into the floor. Hold it for 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's change sides. And push. Looking up. And relax. Okay, now we're gonna go onto our sides and do some open books. So this is another good way to stretch out the front and also start to get the spine moving a little bit more. That armbar stretch got the spine moving a little bit, but now let's do one that is an easier one to do. So I'm on my right side, and you can bring your knees all the way up. So nice 90-degree angle here. You're gonna lay down on that right shoulder, pull the knees down, reach forward with the left hand, inhale, and then exhale, turn your upper torso, rotate Try to get that left shoulder down to the floor. So we're going to do 10 here. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, turn. And pause when you get there and get a good stretch. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale as you turn and hold it. Make sure your knees aren't coming up. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale and turn. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, turn. Let's do 5 more. And I'm just going to make it a little bit harder by extending that bottom leg. So if you want to get a little deeper into this, just straighten out the bottom leg. You still keep the top leg bent. And the upper body does the same thing. Reach forward, inhale, and exhale, turn. Try to get that left shoulder down to the floor. Inhale and exhale. And don't worry, if your left shoulder is not even coming close to the floor, practice and you'll get there slowly. You'll start to get more mobility in your spine, which will help that shoulder come down. A lot of shoulder problems are spine, upper back problems. So getting more motion. The spine is essential to good shoulders that feel good, can do for you what you want. Let's do 2 more. And then let's change sides. All right, we're going to go on to our left side. So I'm going to start again with the first 5 with my knees all the way bent. So bent up to 90, holding them down with the left hand. You could put a pillow underneath your head here, or any kind of padding there. If you're finding that you're holding your head up off the floor, I want you to try to relax your head down. So use a pillow if you need to. Let's inhale, reach forward. Exhale, turn. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, turn. Let's go 5 more. Straighten out that bottom leg. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Let's go 2 more. And 1 more. And then let's just roll to our backs while we're here. Down on the floor. We're going to go to our backs and we're going to do some hip openers. So feet shoulder width apart. We're just going to start off with some hip drops. So this will help us to open up the hips and stretch out the top of the thighs. So arms are out to the side. You're going to rotate your knees to the right and pause and hold it here. And then rotate left, pause and hold. Rotate right and just hold it. Try not to let your back lift up. It is going to come up, but you just want to try not to let it go as much as it wants to. Rotate left and hold. rotate right, rotate left, let's go right, let's go left, and hold it, and we'll do one more to each side, rotate right, and rotate left. Okay, now keeping those feet shoulder width apart, we're going to cross our right ankle on top of the left knee. So right ankle, top of the left knee, and we're just going to move that knee in and then press it out. So when I say press it out, I don't want you to actually push with your hand. I want you to push by using your muscles to bring that knee away from you. So we're going to go across the body, trying to bring that right knee towards the left shoulder, and then we're going to press it out or away from us. And let's do 10 of these. So here we go. In and out for 1. In and out and hold for 2. In and out for 3. In and out 4. In and out 5. Let's go 5 more. And 4 more. And 3 more. Two more. And 1 more. And then let's change sides. So now you're going to cross that left ankle on top of that right knee. And we're going to bring that left knee towards the right shoulder and then press away. We're going for 10 here. Try not to let your back lift or that other hip move. You want to keep your right hip nice and stable as you are moving the left knee in and out. In and out. Let's do 5 more. Want to match up your breathing. Inhale when you bring the knee in and exhale when you press it away. That'll help you gain more movement, more mobility in these hip muscles. Let's do 1 more to wrap up these. Okay. All right, come up, grab some water. You want to take a quick water break. And then I also want everybody to grab a hand towel. So if you could go grab a hand towel, we're going to roll it up and use it for a couple exercises in the last half of class. Okay, so if you have your towel roll and you got some water, we're going to start back on our hands and knees. and we're just going to rock forward and back. So spread those fingers nice and wide, lock your elbows, and turn those elbow pockets towards me or to the front. And I'm just rocking forward and back, stretching out the spine. Push your body back, pull your body forward. So apply some pressure through the hands, down into the floor. Pull yourself forward and push yourself back. It helps you engage your abdominal muscles by pushing back and pulling forward. Let's take one leg out to the side, and we're just going to stretch the inner thigh. If this position isn't comfortable for you, stretching the inner thigh and being on the knee this way, then you can be doing, while we're rocking here, a nice butterfly stretch where you're on your back and you're letting those knees just drop to the floor. That'll stretch the groins and the inner thigh muscles also. And you don't have to put pressure on your knees if you don't want to. Not that it's a bad thing to do, but if it hurts. And then let's go to the other side. So left leg is out, keeping those arms straight the whole time. Just rocking forward and back. And let's change to that other side again. So I'm going to bring that right leg back out, and I'm going to point the toes up to the ceiling now. And just point and flex that foot a few times. Let's start to get that ankle going. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rock a little bit here with that right leg still extended and the toes up to the sky. Let's rock for 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then let's switch and take it over to the other side. So left leg is out, toes are pointed up, and let's just point and flex. You get that ankle and the calf mobilized. So you can feel tension. Maybe you feel tension in the back of the leg here as we're trying to get rid of some tension in the muscles and the nerves. Let's rock again, forward and back. Toes up to the sky. Okay, good. Now we're going to do some spinal waves. So spinal waves, always an exercise I like to include in every class where since we're here on all fours, you're just going to work on dropping the head down and really arching the spine. And then doing the opposite, bringing the head up and dropping the middle back, low back down. So let's just go up and down, working the whole spine. Look up to the sky, then drop your chin and try to bring your chin to your chest. And look up and down. Let's do 2 more. Face up to the sky and chin to the chest. Now I want to see if you can just move your lower back. So just try here to only move your waistline. Keep the upper part of your back nice and stable. And now just try to do the same thing. Just arch that low back and then lengthen that low back. Tuck that tailbone under. Squeeze those lower abs and then arch. So arch that waistline and then lengthen. Lengthen by tucking that tailbone under, pulling your navel up, up towards your chin, and arch. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. It's good to inhale when your belly button drops down to the floor or when you're arching, and then exhale as you lengthen and tuck the tailbone under. So try 1 more that way. So inhale, arch, and then exhale, lengthen. And now let's just move our hips side to side. So just like you're wagging your tail, let's stretch out the side of the spine, go right and left, keeping the upper body nice and still. So you're moving your lower half only. Okay, shake out your wrists. Move those wrists all around. And then let's just put the backs of the hands down on the floor. Elbows are locked and rock side to side. If this moving side to side is too much, just try from here. Just see if you can bring your back of your hand down. Maybe you do from here to here. Just trying to stretch those forearm muscles. If you're okay with getting the back of the hands down, then you can try shifting right and left. This is a big, big stretch for the forearms. You want to try not to bend the elbows here, but if you need to, because you just don't have that flexibility yet, that's okay. You just do what you can. This tends to be a painful stretch. So just kind of shifting here. Let's change so that your fingertips are facing towards your knees, and then we'll just kind of rock forward and back. Stretching out these flexors of the forearm. Super important for all the typing we do. So if this feels like, oh my goodness, this is the most tension I've had in class so far, then it'll be something that would be really good to practice more often till it gets better. Just rocking here a little bit, or you can just hold it, and maybe you don't have the palms down, you just start with the fingers. Okay, let's shake out those wrists again, and then grab your towel roll, and we're gonna put that towel roll in front of us and bring your toes up onto the towel roll. So I want you first to just kind of rub the back of your calf. Just give it a rub around your heel, the Achilles tendon, on the sides. Just using the pads of my fingers, just kind of rub here, back of the calf. And then bring your hands up to your knee and press down on the knee and shift your knee forward. Trying not to let the heel come up. We're gonna just get a heel cord stretch here in the half kneeling position. just pressing and holding here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's shift it back. Let's curl those toes under in the back if you can. So drive that left hip forward. Let's hold here for hip flexor stretch 2. So we're in a position that does a lot of things. Quad, hip flexor, and with our toes up, getting some stretch on the heel cord. Let's just hold here, and then we're going to shift forward and repeat that heel cord stretch again. But let's keep holding here. If you need to uncurl these toes, you can. It's totally fine. If it's not comfortable for you to have the toes, or you feel like you're losing balance, you can just bring the top of the foot down, press it into the floor. Will help you get more of a stretch in the front of the thigh. And now let's take it forward. So let's shift forward. And you can go back and forth now. Let's just move forward and back. Trying to work on getting some nice flexibility in the calf. If you've got pinching in the front of your ankle, that's not where you should feel it. So when we do the stretch, you should feel it in the back of the Achilles and calf area. If you're feeling it in the front, you might need to get your ankle looked at. So if that's uncomfortable for you right now, then don't do this. Just stay here and like stretch the hip flexors, and there might be some joint mobility restriction in there that you need a little help with. Okay, let's switch sides. So we're gonna move that towel roll over. Got the left toes up on the towel roll here. So give that left calf a little rub down by the ankle. Back of the calf. If you have a mobility stick, you can also use your mobility stick. Works better to get in there. And then let's just press down on the knee, shift forward, and stretch out that back of the heel cord. I hope you're feeling it in there. Definitely hope you're not having pinching in the front. Ankle mobility is essential for good balance, happy feet. So let's just keep holding here 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it back. Let's stretch that hip flexor. I'm going to curl those back toes under and just drive that right hip forward. Get a stretch. Holding on is perfectly fine. So if you need to be holding a chair or a bed, hold on to something nearby. We're going to keep holding here a few more seconds and then shift forward again and stretch into that ankle. Uncurl the back foot, come forward, hold. Five more, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. All right, let's come off of that towel roll and come down off of our knees. And now we're going to lay on our backs And we're just going to point and flex that ankle here for 10 times. So everybody get there, I'll wait for you. And then we'll start together, just pointing and flexing the foot 10 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch. So left leg in the air, or if you did the left already, right. And let's start together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch back to the other side, and then we're just going to stretch out those hamstrings. So a big question I get a lot is, should my foot be pointed? Should it be flexed? So here's the thing. If when you extend the leg and you're pulling your toes towards you, you have too much pain or any kind of radiating symptoms, then keep your foot pointed. If you keep your foot pointed, it puts less tension on the nerve. So let's go down and up for 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's switch sides, and we'll just bend and straighten 10 times. And if your knee doesn't straighten all the way, that's totally fine. So if you just go to about here and your knee is bent, that is okay. Let's do 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and let's just straighten those legs out all the way. Reach the arms up over your head. Take a nice big long stretch. Just try to lengthen, reach those fingertips as high over your head as you can. Reach the legs the opposite direction, and then relax all your muscles down into the floor. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through the mouth. One more breath. And then let's come back up to all fours. We're going to do the last 5 minutes of working on some core strengthening here. So we're going to go up onto all fours, and we're going to do some beast activations. So in this position, I want you just to try to lift your knees and hold them off the floor for 10 seconds. So we've got ankles are nice and stretched out, hit our wrists, we're ready to go. Activate that inner beast. So just lift your knees and try to hold them up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Now, 10 seconds is too long. Just do it for as long as you can. If it's 1 second, that's a great place to start. So just 1 second is good. Or if you can't lift up your knees right now because you don't have enough strength, then a good alternative is just trying to get in this position and you just simply hold it. So you're just going to hold it here for the 10 seconds, pushing down through the hands. Okay? So let's go lift those knees again if you can, or you're just going to push down through the hands and hold. And let's hold those knees up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. So it's building up strength of everything. So wrists, core, quads, you name it. You're working on a lot of stuff here. Let's try one more, lifting those knees up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Shake out the wrists if you need to. A lot on the wrists. And now we're just going to we're going to crawl forward and we're going to crawl back. So I want you just to work on crawling forward on your mat and crawling back on your mat. If this is easy for you and you want to try a little more challenging, then yep, you guessed it. You lift your knees up and you try and crawl with the knees off the floor. And even if you can only take one step, it's a good place to start. Otherwise, just work on getting you using lots of muscles in the arms, forward and back. Let's go one more time to the end of the mat and all the way up. Shake out the wrists. We're going to get off of our wrists and knees and go down to our back. And I'm going to give you option number 1. So option number 1, with your arms out to the side, you can extend here, right leg, left leg. Right leg, actually let's do it with the flexed foot. So right leg, left leg, trying to keep the back flat, just like this. Just doing the legs. And then option number 2, you bring the arms up and you're going to move the arms, the legs together. This is a physical therapy favorite called the dead bug. Been around for ages. You want to keep that back nice and flat as you move your arms and your legs. Let's go 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So relax your abdominals, take a nice deep breath. And we're going to do another set, but I'm going to give you another option. So you can stick with those dead bugs, either just doing the legs or doing the arms and the legs, or you can do the dead bug that's spinning around. So the spinning around dead bug is going to move like this around in a circle. Okay, so if you want to give that a try, then what I want you to do is try to rotate one time to the right and then take it back to the other direction and go one time to the left. All right, so ready? Let's go. You're either doing this one or you're the spinning dead bug. Pick your bug mood. Ready? Let's go. So I'm going to go the other way, all the way around. Try to keep your shoulders off the floor and just rotate any way you can. And then take it back the other way. And relax. How did you do? I'd love to know if you tried the spinning one. This is a great one too. Okay. And then we'll come out of that. And I guess that's a good place to stop. So we'll stop there for today.